Hi, Mike Mancini here, and today I am doing an interview with Chase Buckner, who is one of the education directors over at GoHighLevel. Now, if you don't know what High Level is, it's a new way that we are going to transform our agency completely over the next few months. As a lot of you know, we are a Google Ads agency, and what High Level is going to do is it's going to help us get more clients who maybe aren't ready for the Google Ads services, but can still use a significant help in their marketing. And the High Level platform is a SaaS solution that we are going to sell our clients to help them with some other digital marketing that will help get them more clients on autopilot. All right, let's get started. Just a preface to this interview. There is a ton of information. There are so many different features that the High Level platform allows you to do for clients, or does actually automatically for clients, but we are only going to touch on a few of them. So if we don't talk about all of them, you understand why. And if you want to see more great content on how to help start your digital marketing agency, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon, as we will be releasing a lot of videos over the next several weeks about starting your own agency and getting new clients. And today I'm here with Chase Buckner, and Chase is the Director of Content and Education for High Level, or GoHighLevel.com. It's an all-in-one SaaS solution, sales and marketing platform for agencies built by an agency. So, hey Chase, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Great. I appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for having me.
First of all, why don't you, because you can probably explain it every day, but why don't you tell us a bit about High Level, how it got started, and break it down a bit. Like, what is it and what does it do?
Sure. So High Level, we're about 3 years old now, and we're really on two missions. The first is to be the best all-in-one marketing platform for agencies. So that's our biggest differentiator, is that we build and sell for agencies, not end businesses. So if Dr. Bob comes to us, we send them back to you, right? So we don't take businesses directly, we take agencies or consultants, and then we want the businesses to sign up under you. The second mission that we're on is to turn agencies, or help them turn themselves into, or I should say pivot into, a SaaS plus services model. We've worked with, I don't know how many tens of thousands of agencies now. And across that time and through those experiences, we know that the number one problem agencies face is churn. And so we know the industry with the best churn rate is software. And so we realized, hey, this all just makes sense, right? Every business needs software to succeed, but the businesses themselves have no idea what software they need or how to set it up. So they're always turning to an agency or a consultant to help them. So in our minds, it's like, man, it makes no sense to build software and try to sell it to the people who are just going to fumble with it. Let's build and sell software to the people that know what they're doing, agencies, and then let's help them monetize the software, right? So we're white label. We want you to put your logo on it. We want you to sell it as your software. And we've been working on over the past year, I would say, on a bunch of features specific to making the resell process super seamless, so that you can really turn your agency into a software company. And now, instead of saying, okay, great, in order for us to deliver success, we need you to go create a ClickFunnels account, an ActiveCampaign account, a CallRail account, a Zapier account, or whatever, and we'll go tie it all together for you. No, now you just say, oh, great, this whole thing starts with our software. So just head over to our pricing page, put your credit card in. That's going to spin up your account. It'll send you your logins, and we'll onboard you, or you can pay us to do a white label onboarding, which is cool. But then from there, you just have your value ladder, right? So then you start selling them services and you go up the price scale. But the point is, you start, or we recommend that you start, with something affordable, like a $297 a month price point for software that has a set of features that are automated. So it's like, cost you nothing in time. And then you can go up with your ad services or your SEO, your website, stuff like that. So we can say, all right, lead comes in, they just claim something. Text them right away. Boom. Try to start a conversation. Hey, thanks for claiming our free teeth whitening offer. The next step is to book a cleaning. In order to redeem it, is now a good time to book, something like that, right?
Sure.
Send them an email right away as well. Send them a voicemail drop, which is pretty cool. So like, if you've never seen one of those. The phone doesn't ring. They just get a notification saying they have a new voicemail, right? So, hey, it's so-and-so from Dr. Bob's Dentist. We just shot you a text message. If you could just go ahead and reply to that, whatever it might be. The point is you're hitting them from multiple angles. And then the secret weapon, which is our call step, where when it hits that, we'll actually call the business and read them a whisper message that you write and that you can populate with dynamic variables. So imagine I'm the front desk at the dentist office, the phone rings, I answer it. It's like, hey, Chase Buckner's marketing just generated another free teeth whitening lead from Facebook. The lead's name is Mike Mancini. Press any key to connect with Mike. So if I push a key, we're going to call Mike. If Mike answers, we bridge the call. So an incredible way to try to get your clients on the phone with the leads in that first 5-minute window, which we all know is so crucial.
Yep.
And so from there, we can just continue, right? Wait 24 hours, do it again, whatever you want to do. But the point is you're automating it. So now path for people without having to get your clients involved. And that changed everything for our agency. We just saw the claim to book numbers go through the roof. Our clients were thrilled because their staff wasn't getting overwhelmed with all these leads that they didn't know how to close to begin with.
Yeah.
And so, and what you see as a byproduct of that is a percentage of leads were booked themselves. A percentage don't, but they ask questions to the automation, right? They reply, and all those questions go into a consolidated conversation stream in high level. And that's really all you need to train your clients to do is, hey, just monitor the conversations. When you get a notification, hop in there, reply to them, and then book them, right? And so that's capture, nurture, and then close, right? So the close piece is just, hey, when somebody does show up or does buy, change their opportunity status to 1, and then the system will tie the reporting all the way back, right? So we'll actually go back to the Facebook ad campaign, check out what you spent, do the math, and then in the reporting, you'll see the cost per lead, the cost per booking, and the cost per sale. So it's all in one. It's kind of like a marketer's dream, and we can talk about scaling it later, I'm sure.
Well, so because a lot of my a lot of my audience likes what I do because we try to simplify everything. And we work with a ton of service businesses. And one of the many things that we see problems with, we go in and we don't just try and help them because obviously we're a Google Ads agency, but we talk to them about their marketing and how to track it, because that's the most important thing. If you're not tracking where your marketing is coming from and marking down every single lead where they came from, you are throwing money just literally against the wall, hoping it sticks.
Yeah.
And when we finally get people to start doing that, saying, hey, how much did you spend on Facebook? How many leads did you get? How many did you close? How many did you spend on Google Ads? So on and so forth. At the end of the month, they can look and say, okay, we have 10 different lead generation sources, but only 2 of them are making us money. Then we say, take the rest of those, throw them out. But to get them to try to track that is very difficult, because service business owners, maybe they don't have somebody on the phone answering the phone all the time. Maybe they're a 1 or 2 man shop and they're out in the field answering the phones. Doing all of that becomes a challenge. But when you hook this system up, it tells you how every single person found you, correct?
Yep. We pull the source coming in, and then you can go way deep with it with UTM parameters and all that kind of stuff. We won't get into that, but
yeah, please don't. That's, a lot of my clients don't care about that. All they care about is they can see where the leads came in and if they closed them and how to follow up. But one of the coolest things is so a service business owner is out in the field, they miss a call. One of the things I loved about it is that as soon as they miss that call, you can set the system up to say, hey, send them a text saying, hi, this is John from ABC Plumbing. Sorry, I missed your call. How can I help you? And they can continue. So it's almost like they didn't miss a call. It's a personal follow-up, and they don't miss that opportunity, because as we know as marketers, if you don't have somebody answering the call, people will just go right down to the next one. They'll call the next company in line, and you're paying for that click. You're paying for that lead regardless. So
and the statistics around that are amazing. If you look at how many calls businesses miss during business hours, it's crazy. It's like, how is this possible? But you go into a business that's doing well and they're busy. And like you said, a lot of service-based businesses are out doing the service. And so the missed call text back, as we call it, is huge.
Right. And what Chase is talking about is not a system that you necessarily have to set up. It's a system that is almost pretty much set up for you. All you got to do is really tailor a few things for your business, such as your business name, your phone number, things like that. And as an agency, that's something that we would do is during a setup process. As a, somebody that might use the high level service for a service business, let's say, one of the things is the callback feature or the text back feature, excuse me. Another thing is a lot of businesses aren't tracking phone numbers, and the high level system allows you to use tracking numbers so you can see where every single call is coming from. Mm-hmm. And you can attribute it to that lead source. Another thing is, like he was talking about, was the nurture campaign. So if you've got somebody that didn't buy, you can start sending them emails. This is all done automatically. It's all automated. That's the beautiful thing about it. You can see that, you can look back in your records, how much, Chase Buckner spent over the last year. You can, it literally is all of these things, and this is the coolest part, all in one software, all on one screen. You can see pretty much everything or have access to everything. So no longer do you have to have an email client such as MailChimp or ActiveCampaign. You don't have to have separate call tracking. This is all in, set up in the software. You don't have to have a separate text feature. You've got all of these, you can do funnels, such as if you have ClickFunnels account, you can do your own website. So if you're paying $350 to some company for a website for a month, we all know that you're getting overcharged a little bit. You can do all of these little things inside one platform. And I think that's the most important thing. And the coolest thing I found out about it was I'm spending money on all these different tools. Not only am I spending a ton of money, but I can put them all in one platform and they're all connected seamlessly. I don't have to go through, because as we know with technology, and Chase, you could back me up here, when you're connecting all of these things, one thing goes wrong and you're dead.
Right? Oh yeah. or one Zapier plan hits its limit on a Friday and nobody catches it till Monday and none of your clients' leads ran. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. I can relate to that as well. So, but you're hitting the nail on the head. I mean, that's our goal, right? To be all in one, simplify things, reduce costs. We don't price per contact size or user size, right? So we have a flat fee. That's it. You can have as many sub accounts, as many clients, as many users as you want in the system. So most of our clients save a great amount of money by being able to consolidate into one platform. Especially with SaaS Mode now, is the easy win that it really is, right? And we talked about this before. So if you're running ad campaigns, you know that it typically takes a couple of weeks to get them going, right? Like It used to take us about 2 weeks to spin up a Google AdWords campaign because we had to get the landing page together. We had to get all the tracking set up, all that kind of stuff. And clients hate sitting around. And so with SaaS Mode now, what we're finding is it's this great bridge where you see immediate success. The customer feels immediate success because a couple of things that you did. One, you put the web chat widget on their website, right? It's free traffic that they just weren't capitalizing on. And now you brought it to them, right? So the web chat widget's super easy win. You connect Facebook, so the Facebook DMs, Facebook messages start coming in.
That I should touch on that.
To the same stream as the web chat stuff, right? Then you connect Instagram DMs. So now their Instagram messages are coming into the same stream, right? So they're loving that. You connect Google My Business. First of all,
management. Yeah.
Maybe they don't have a Google My Business, so you help them set that up, which is an easy win. And then you connect it to High Level, and we do a couple of cool things. We turn on the missed call text back with Mike mentioned automatically, which is amazing. But we also activate Google My Business Chat, which is a new feature that most businesses don't know about, but Google is going to push really hard over the next 24 months. We see it on mobile Maps app, but when you activate it, you'll actually see a new button that says message, and people are loving it, right? So they just hit message and they can send a message directly to the business. Most businesses have no idea how to reply. So when you turn it on in High Level, we start sucking those conversations into the same place that we're pulling everything else. And now they can reply to their GMB chat. Again, more free leads coming into the system right away. And then, like you mentioned, we also start pulling in Facebook and Google reviews. Yep. So we notify them, hey, you've got a new review. They can read it. They can reply to it, all in the same stream. So all of that activity can start happening within 24 hours. You know what I mean? And so clients are like thrilled because things are happening so fast, where in the past they're used to waiting 2 or 3 weeks, 4 weeks before, and they start seeing anything.
And the beautiful thing as an agency, if I'm setting this up for a client, I can do most of what you've talked about in like 20 to 30 minutes. I mean, literally, I can get a client on the phone, walk them through what we need to do a Zoom call or something, get their information, get it all hooked up in 20 minutes.
Yeah. And we have a new onboarding wizard. So like you can just hop on a Zoom and be like, okay, click that. Yep. Click integrate. Yep. Good. Now we're going to do the next one.
Like 5 or 6 things to get them started with the basic package.
Yeah.
And it takes just minutes. And when you think about that, spending 20 minutes to onboard a client to collect $200 or $300 a month or more from them month in, month out. And it's a software. There's nothing else as an agency I have to do. You know, you're making their life easier, which is the biggest thing. All service businesses care about is, how can this make my life easier? And I don't want to do any tech.
Here's the other thing. How can it make me more money, right? Like if I'm a plumber.
Correct. Yeah.
So one of the other features that we like to include in that base plan, we encourage our agency customers to include, is payments. So we launched text to pay, which is awesome, right? So you just have to help your client get a Stripe account set up, which is super easy.
Super easy.
You connect it, and now right from the conversation, they can text somebody a link that opens up an invoice for whatever amount that they want. So plumber, somebody, let's say he had to spend an extra hour there or whatever, like, he needs to collect an hour's worth of fee or whatever it may be. Hey, here's the link to pay for that, whatever, boom, it goes out, they click it, it's a super optimized Stripe form where they can just enter in their credit card number. You can even soon, you're going to be able to turn on Apple Pay and Google Pay. So imagine that they click a link, they scan their face, and done. Your client just collected money. And what
you're bringing up too is, for service business, this can all be done, of course, at your computer or your laptop, your desktop computer when you're in your office. But for a lot of people, they're not in their office. This can all be done with the app, which is crazy. So you don't have the app is.
Yeah, let's talk about the app. I mean, so you can we have 2 options. The one is paid for a full white labeled app. So for an extra $500 a month, we'll actually take our app and put your branding on it and then launch it into the Google Store and the Apple Store, so that you can tell your customers that you now have an app that they can go download.
Right.
If you don't want the extra cost, we have what we call our gray label app that's called Lead Connector. And we want you to tell people it's yours. So you say, oh yeah, our app's called Lead Connector. It's in the iOS store or the Android store. Go download that and you can sign it into your account. And so that is the most sticky. Once you get them to download the app, now they're getting push notifications for everything that's happening. They're using it every day. They're thrilled to be paying you $300 a month to have access to all this stuff on their phone.
Right. And that is one of the biggest things that they run into. They're like, okay, well, I would need somebody if they call to be able to text them back, or, I got a bad review, I need to respond. But all of this stuff, at the end of the day, they get home at 7:00. They got to go all of a sudden do it all now on their computer and use all these different tools. This can all be done on the go, which is probably one of the craziest things, because once again, all these tools into one right on your mobile app. So for people, we train a lot of people how to start their own ads agencies. So basically, this is really an easy way to add automated revenue for your agency, the continuity model where you're getting paid month in, month out. And that is huge, right? Because Google Ads is an expensive service, and sometimes trying to get somebody to try you out for that can be a challenge in itself. But this is a way to onboard them and say, hey, we can offer you this software bundle that can help you with text, the text feature, the reputation management, the text to pay, all of these different services for, whatever you decide you want to charge. And then after you show them some success, this can help bridge that gap to say, okay, now you've got your basic marketing set up. Let's take it to the next level with Google Ads. So that, for doing what I do, it's awesome.
I used to always say this: Google AdWords work 100% of the time. It's just a question of whether the numbers are going to work for your business, right? You pay money, you're going to get leads. The question is, how much is it going to cost per lead based on your industry and your competitors, right? So you're going to show them all that. But what you can now show them that they never saw before is, like you said, business problems. So we'd have businesses where the cost per leads are looking great, but they're still not happy. And it's like, okay, let's go take a listen to some of these phone calls. And you start listening to them and you're like,
Yeah.
Their face will go completely pale with embarrassment. And they just can't believe what's being said on their phone by their employees. And it's like, okay, great. I think we've, unearthed an issue here that's a sales training issue, right? And maybe you do or do not offer sales training, but at least now the business owner trust you because they're like, wow, they found a serious problem that nobody else found. And this is why the ads aren't converting, because the person at my front desk is 19 years old and has no clue how to talk on the phone.
or respond on email, right? If they get an email in and they're not responding for a day, you can see all of that on the platform. You can see that it's all about how quick can you do it. And we had the same issue with a client. Ads were killing it. They were making a lot of money, and then 1 month it just nosedived. And he calls us up and he was all upset and he's ready to pull the plug. And we're like, hold on, let's go back and check the phone calls. And found out that his salesperson was upset and just kind of throwing him away.
There you go.
And he was
you look at the text conversations and it's like, whoever's responding is taking 6 hours on average to get back to people. Does that make sense to you? Does that seem like, a good way to close leads? And business owners know right away, of course not. Like, I get it. Okay, let me go fix
the guys
this.
In the field, that's one of their biggest pain points is they can't get back to everybody right away because they got to check their phone, check their email, they get back to their office, and now it's all right there. So
here's an easy add-on that I love. With the system, you can build sort of messenger bots, right? So I love this. And say, hey, give me your top 10 questions that you get asked the most, and I'll automate the answers to those.
Right.
What? Yeah. Anybody who asked you get, maybe it's a restaurant, we get gluten-free all the time. Do we have gluten-free? Okay, great. What's the reply to that? Okay, great. Next time anybody messages you on Facebook, Instagram, text message through the chat widget, it's just going to automatically send them back your policy. Oh my gosh, that's going to save us so much time. Exactly. Yeah. And we can do that for all of your FAQs. So just send them over. Yeah. Stuff like that is just little value that means so much.
Without a doubt. And it's such a time saver. So, and that kind of brought up, because that was my next question, talk about automation and templates, which is the snapshots, which, as an agency, you can't get any better than that. We try to teach people to set up templates so that when they're onboarding, rather than it taking 3 hours to set up, it takes you like 30 minutes. And so one thing that you touched on was the onboarding process. One thing that's cool is, as an agency owner, if I don't want to take the time to set that person up, if I just want to have High Level do it for me, they offer a service that I can pay High Level and they can just go onboard the client for me. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you're building your SaaS plan in the configurator, when you're setting up your plans, you can actually say that you want to charge a one-time setup fee, and you can have our team do the setup. So it's awesome. We contact them as if we work for you, and we're the setup team, and we book a call, we hop on a Zoom, and we just walk them through getting those things that we talked about earlier, Facebook connected, Google My Business connected, get the web chat widget set up, all that stuff, so that they're seeing that immediate success start happening, and you didn't have to take the time to do the onboarding.
Great. Okay. Anything else you want to add?
No, we're thrilled. We can't wait to help. Again, we are on a mission to service as many agencies and consultants as we can. One of our co-founders comes from the agency world. The other two are developers. So we found it to be this really incredible sort of shift in the industry. We honestly feel like we're pushing the industry in a different direction that's better for agencies. And again, we know that agencies are the key that makes the whole thing work. And so, we're thrilled to be working with all the agencies in Mike's community. And if you guys have any questions, we've got a 14-day free trial. You can always reach out to me directly, chase@GoHighLevel.com, and we'll be happy to help.
And if you want to sign up for that 14-day free trial, I will put a link in the description area below. Go check it out. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section. I will be more than happy to reach out and answer any questions I have. But thanks so much, Chase, for coming on. I do greatly appreciate it. We are kicking it into gear to start offering this as a service to our clients, because once again, it's an added revenue stream for us. It is something that is easier to get people on, where we can add Google Ads as a service to them later. But it's also a beautiful thing that we can add as an additional revenue source to our current clients and help them take their businesses to another level. So thanks again so much. I greatly appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. Hopefully we'll be back soon. We got some insane new features coming towards the end of the year, like WhatsApp integration, full on like invoicing suite is going to be in the platform soon. So once we get some of that stuff out, we'll have to come back and say hi again.
Absolutely. We'd love to have you. Thanks again.
Cool.
So what did you think of the interview? Let me know in the comment section below, or if you've had an opportunity to try out the HighLevel platform, what do you think? Now, HighLevel is only offered to agencies to sell to clients. They don't actually sell the product itself to individual businesses. So if you're an agency owner or thinking about wanting to start up an agency, down in the description area below, there is a free 30-day trial. Now, typically you only get a 14-day trial with the HighLevel platform. We have worked out an exclusive agreement where they have given us a free 30-day trial for you to go in, try out the HighLevel platform and see what you think. And if you want to find out more information on just how to start your own Google Ads agency from scratch, just like what we're doing, including all the information that I'm going to be adding in there about using the HighLevel platform, there is a link in the description area below to our Ads Agency Unlocked program. So I hope that helps give you some more information about the HighLevel platform. Over to the right-hand side, you will see some more related videos on helping you start your own digital marketing agency. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.